In dealing with debt starting this fall, you will no longer be able to make a payment for buy now, pay later using a Chase credit card. Here to explain is Ted Rossman, the chief credit analyst at Bankrate.com. Hello, Ted. Tell us what's happening with Chase.
Starting in October, Chase is going to stop allowing its credit cards to be used to pay buy now, pay later lenders. So you'll no longer be able to use your Chase credit card to pay off a loan from, let's say, Affirm or Afterpay or Klarna. Chase debit cards will still seemingly be okay.
Why is this happening?
I believe the main reason for this change is Chase is looking to protect its own turf. It has its own buy now, pay later version called Chase Pay Over Time. That was recently rebranded. It used to be called My Chase Plan. It's interesting because technically it doesn't charge interest, but there is a monthly plan fee that, for all intents and purposes, basically behaves like an interest rate, but it's lower than the typical credit card fee.
How does that work?
So this plan fee might be something like 7 or 8 or 10% if you were to express it as an annual percentage rate versus the average credit card rate, which is a record high 20.79%. So that's really the appeal. You can use your Chase credit card. And by the way, Amex and Citi have their own version of this. Basically, you use the credit card as usual, and then later on, you opt into an installment plan. And you say, let's partition this away from the rest of my credit card bill. Let's commit to paying this back in 3 equal monthly installments, or maybe it's 6 months or 12 months or something like that. Credit card brands are taking notice of the rapidly growing buy now, pay later industry.
Well, just how fast is the buy now, pay later industry growing, Ted?
It's been growing double digits for years. Now, buy now, pay later is still only something like 1% of the size of the overall credit card market, but it is growing rapidly. It's popular, especially among young adults, and credit card brands are looking to get in on this. There is another take on this too, which is that it is risky to pay off debt with more debt. That's actually why Capital One stopped allowing its credit cards to be used for buy now, pay later payments a few years ago. Capital One does not have its own buy now, pay later offering, but they seemingly didn't want to be in a second lien position. And I can't blame them, really. I mean, if somebody didn't have the money to pay off one of these buy now, pay later plans, and then they satisfied that obligation with a credit card, what if they fall behind on the card? That was the risk from the lender's standpoint.
Both come with fees if you don't pay off a credit card on time or make that buy now, pay later payment by the deadline. Hard to know which is better.
In general, the proof is in the pudding with all this stuff. I mean, buy now, pay later and credit cards can both work well, or they can backfire, especially if you're overspending. Buy now, pay later is behaving more credit card-like over time. It's not just 4 interest-free payments over 6 weeks anymore. A lot of these plans last longer, anywhere from several months to even years in some cases. And sometimes it's not interest-free anymore. Sometimes it's a 15 or 20 or even 30% interest rate. So ultimately, you really do have to do your homework, look into the fine print, figure out what works best for you. But it's a crowded industry. It's all the classic buy now, pay later fintechs, but also super apps like PayPal. Apple has some partnerships here. They no longer have their own service, but they're playing in this space through partnerships. Amex, Chase, Citi, other credit card brands are in on it. We're going to be seeing more of this, not less, over time. A lot of people are drawn to the fixed installments. They like knowing exactly how much they owe for exactly how long.
Thanks for all of that great information, Ted.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.